What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 142 now of the career mode. Today, guys, we kickstart the episode off by making the signing of Gabriel Barbosa from Manchester City. Not to be confused with Gabriel Jesus, because unfortunately he's not in my game, but we do make the signing of Gabriel Barbosa, and he does in fact come to Inter Milan. I think he's actually here in real life, isn't he? Oh, I could be wrong about that, but I don't actually know. But I know for sure I was looking at the signing because I played against him in my Road to Glory career mode against Spurs. He's at Spurs currently in that one. I played against him, he scored against me. I thought, you know what? I've never actually used him before, so I'm going to try and get him on this career mode, and it just so happens that I was able to do it from Manchester City. So I put in an offer there for around, I think, £40 million. You're going to see it does get rejected, the initial one there, but you guys have asked me to get rid of Mauro Icardi before now, so I actually threw him as part of the offer as well. He wasn't really playing for us, his form wasn't great, so I offered them 48 million plus Icardi, majorly overpaid because Icardi would have gone for a nice bit of funding if I'd chosen to sell him as well. But at the end of the day, guys, this series is done by the end of this season. So I decided to go ahead and do that anyways, spice up a bit, get a new face into the team, and see what Gabriel Barbosa can do for us in the upcoming last few months here at Inter Milan. So you can see as well, guys, taking a few sim games here and there. We played Udinese there, we beat them as well on that sim, so I was very happy about that one. And then we have another sim game before we move into the first gameplay of the episode, which I do believe is, I could be wrong about this, but I think it's Genoa. I'm pretty sure it's against Genoa, upcoming in a second here. So you can see doing a bit of training as per usual as well. There is Gabriel Barbosa with the signing, as you can see, £220,000 a week. They did accept the Mauro Icardi plus £48 million offer, which I was expecting. I'm not going to lie, because I thought, you know, if they decline that, they're stupid in a sense. So there you go, guys, taking on Genoa now for the second one. And I do believe Heynen is our former player here. So he did, in fact, go into a game against a former player. As you can see, we were 3-0 up by 60 minutes. We went on to win the game by 4-0. Sanchez getting himself a goal in the 89th minute before the end of the 90 minutes were up. Gabriel Barbosa then accepted his contract offer, so we did get him into the team, £220,000 a week plus 48 million and Mauro Icardi to head over to Manchester City in place of him coming over to here to the San Siro. So again, you know what I mean, guys? It is quite overpaying, and I'm sure you guys will be a bit disappointed about me overpaying as much as I did, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I would like to have got Gabriel Barbosa into the team to replace Mauro Icardi. They're very similar in overalls, but I just like the fact that Gabriel Barbosa is a bit quicker, and also he's a fresh face, a new sort of name to the team in a sense. So he's actually apparently really good on Football Manager. He was back in sort of 2015, 2016. So I've actually got a Football Manager save coming out at some point in the near future, and I need your guys' help because I'm very much a novice when it comes to Football Manager. So if any of you guys have any tips, then I will be going into it in a bit more detail, the first episode that comes out. So I want you guys to help me out a little bit, if I'm struggling in game or if I need to make some signings. I need you guys' input if you guys play it, because I have not played it enough to know full well what to do in terms of a Football Manager save. I know kind of the basics, but I've never ever played it properly in the sense of I've gone into an entire series with one. But I played the odd season here and there, never won a title on Football Manager in the time that I've played it. I played since about 2014. I mean, I used to play it back on PSP when it was back on there, when I was a young, sort of kid, if you will, and I played it back then, but back then I was kind of it was easier, it was a lot easier than it is nowadays, because you couldn't do as much tactically, and basically you could just set your team to attacking or defensive, and that was basically it. So back then it used to be good, but that was because it was so simple. Well, nowadays you can have so many more tactics and stuff, so I might need your guys' input for that one, but you have to wait for that first episode to come out. But enough of a tangent. We're going into this first game here. As you can see, that is the lineup we're going with. Dembele and Gabriel Jesus start out on the wings. Jesus with his... Oh, not Gabriel Jesus. I keep calling him Jesus. Gabriel Barbosa starting out the wing. I'm going to have to get that locked down, because otherwise I'm just going to keep calling him Gabriel Jesus. But Barbosa starts out on that right-hand side for his debut today. We got a crossing early on here, as we did in fact take the lead. A rebounded punch away from the goalkeeper, or a palm away if you will. Came back to Renato Sanchez. A simple task to nod that one into the back of the empty net at that point. And we took the lead quite early on here. I don't think it was actually Barbosa with the cross. I think he's in the middle there, as you can see on the sort of left-hand side of your screen. I'm not sure actually who put the cross in originally, but Sanchez makes the goal and gets his 5th league goal of the season so far, which isn't too bad either. Stroke of half-time, we had one more chance before the half-time whistle would go. Nice bit of one-touch passing play here as Tolisso gets a lot of luck as it finds its way through to Rashford. He takes a strike on, and I tried to go a low-driven shot, and in all honesty, it was just a mistake made by me. It was never going to go in from that sort of angle, but I tried it regardless. Nice bit of passing play as well to get us into the position. 55 minutes in, Gabriel Barbosa with the cross comes back to Tolisso. He strikes one goalwards, and he touches the post on the back of the net after a deflection. 57 minutes on the clock now. We have ourselves a corner kick. It goes into the middle as Dembele flicks it around to Kimmich. Kimmich goes one more to Gabriel. He is on the ball now, tries to work some space for a striker. Did get it off as well as a deflection comes in, almost taking it into the top corner at that stage. Another short corner attempted here as we give it back to the edge of the area where Kimmich is. Kimmich into Gabriel. Gabriel trying to work some space again for a shot and wanted him to get a goal here, but he's in the end crosses the ball towards the back stick, can't get anyone on it. It comes back to Sanchez, who hits it on the half volley, and it was only just wide of that bottom corner, unfortunately, for us. But you can see 90 minutes on the clock. We did, in fact, pick up the 1-0 victory. 3 points again on the board for us. And like I said to you beforehand, before we even came into the season, I said, with a team this good, if we go on to lose this, league campaign title, there'll be no excuse for it. We have to win it. With the team that we've got here, there's just no excuse. Even, sort of the highest difficulty that's on Legendary, when you've got a team this good, it doesn't even matter how, well, I suppose it does come into, skill-wise, but even so, you've got a player in every single position that is arguably one of the top 5, or maybe even top 10 in their position, if you will, so you can't be losing titles when you've got a team like this. And the fact that we lost to Juventus in the opening part, and I know I keep going on about this, if we go just 1 defeat in the entire season and it's that Juventus game, I am so glad I'll be ending the series off, because that will tilt me so much. But, you know what, guys? I said it in the Road to Glory when I only lost 1 game in the entirety of that. If you watched it earlier on in today's double upload at 4 p.m, it came out. We only lost 1 game in the Prem as well. So, again, I could have gone fully unbeaten. I've only done it once so far, and that was in League 1 with Hartlepool. So, I'm yet to do it at the top flight. There's been times when I've had 1 defeat. There's been times when I've had 2 defeats. And if this is another one where I have 1 defeat, man, in the space of, literally the same day, or rather, not the same day, sorry, the same sort of, season, I guess, the same kind of week, potentially if we end this in the next week, then I could have had 1 defeat in the 2 times we've played in so far, which is, it'll be tilting. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it will be very tilting, but sometimes that's the way it goes in football. That's why I think Football Manager is going to spice it up a bit, because the less sort of ability comes in from my part. I can't really control the players. I can only set them out and choose the tactics, which is sort of kind of like to spice this channel up a bit. I wanted it to be kind of football based, not just FIFA. When I originally made the channel, my idea was going to be that it was going to be football based, because that was what I kind of did. But then kind of I didn't really play anything else than FIFA, and I didn't feel comfortable to do a facecam series at the time, talking about real world football, which I'm kind of getting to the point where I want to do it, but then it's kind of finding the time, as I say. But now there's so many of you guys that support my videos on a regular basis, I see no reason not to bring it in. But yeah, so you'll be seeing that still to come. You can see we're taking on Genoa here. I do believe we've already simmed a game against them earlier on into this episode, but we played them again there, beat them 2-1 in that one, I do believe, as we went on to pick up another 3 points in this one. But guys, the reason I simmed that one, I was actually going to play it, but then in the end I decided that we were going to go ahead and play this quarter-final of the Italian Cup. You can see Chievo Verona, the team we're playing against here, and I was interested actually because this, of course, was what we won last year. We beat I think it was Juventus in the final for this one. And I said to you guys, I'm not interested in the cup, but imagine how good it would be to go out on a triple winning cup run. If we could win the title, the league title, the cup, and the Champions League in our final season, that would basically top it off. That would be the way to go out. So I tell you, from now on, I'm probably going to be playing these cup games. I don't normally play them at that stage. I normally sim them right until the final, and if we get there, I'll play it. But from now on, I'm going to be playing the quarterfinal, and then if you get through this, I'll be playing the semi-final. And then, of course, if you get through that, we'll be playing the final as well. But if we could go out winning 3 trophies in our final season of this series, that would be absolutely fantastic. So the Coppa Nazionale is the one we're playing in here. We are at home for this one against Chievo Verona as well. I don't think it's 2 legs. I think it's just a single leg, but I could be wrong there. And there is the rest of the teams in it. Currently, it is just a single leg, as Lazio went to penalties in their game, and I couldn't quite see the way the other one ended. But Juventus still to play in their game. They're playing at the same time as us. So I named somewhat of a weaker team, but of course it's not a weaker team when we have this good backup on the bench. And in the reserves, in terms of squad depth, we have possibly one of the most strong teams I've ever had in a career mode in terms of this one. So I named that team on your screen right there. Nobody is under the rating of 83. Everybody is above that rating. Brozovic and I think Lees Melu are the 2 lowest in the 83 rated marks. That's not too bad to see either. So we actually played a different keeper as well, who actually makes way to allow Schlack in between the goal sticks today for this one here against Chievo Verona. So they have an interesting team. I've played a couple of players from there. Lasanga, if you remember, I think I had him in the Leeds United save way back when we first began it, back all those times ago when FIFA 17 first dropped, and there was only literally 300 of you guys that watched me on a regular basis. Now there's more of you guys. So 37 minutes in, I was absolutely stunned how that didn't end up in the back of the net. I honestly didn't I didn't mean to do the 2 fake shots. It just kind of happened when I realized I was in a good position. I tried to stop myself from shooting, and that's why I did both of them, and I ended up making a mistake there. I should have been 1-0 up, but a good clearance from the defender denied us the opportunity. But Joao Mario had certainly something to say about that. That was an unbelievable strike. 45 minutes, stroke of half-time. Nice celebration from him as well, as he's very happy with that one. Take a look at this from this angle, though. This is sensational from Joao Mario, and you have to give him credit. He hasn't played all that many games of football for us this season in terms of what he did last year, but that is world-class, and that's why he can come off the bench and do a job for us. What a strike that is from the right midfielder who we ended up deploying at cam and centre midfield this year. And that is just quality, absolute quality. So I'm so glad we've been able to call that up off the bench. I mean, when you've got players like that, like I said, that you can call upon the reserves, the squad depth that we've got is just sensational. We've got players in every single position. There's players in this club who are 80 and above rating and can't even get in for a game. That's how crazy our team is right now. But we had a chance here, 69 minutes in. Kasper Dolberg, really nice run. Eventually using his strength to hold off the defender there. Gets inside of this man here. I was eventually going to try and shoot. Didn't work out to get the space there, but we gave it off to Brozovic, who does shoot. And it was a good stop from the keeper, although it was kind of straight at him there. But that was the way the game ended. So we are through to the semi-finals of the Copa Nacional there via a 1-0 victory. It wasn't, I guess it wasn't a tense game in all honesty, like you can see by the match facts, although it was very, very low shots. It was a simple game. I held control and held possession for a lot of it. But Sampdoria actually beating Juventus in their game as well. So they are knocked out, unfortunately, for Juventus. But that's going to wrap up this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you for your continued support on the channel. I appreciate if you guys do for me and the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or any of my social links, the links are in the description below. Other than that, I'll catch you all later. Adios.